Boys and girls, welcome back to Fallout New Vegas, and I'm not gonna lie, the strip is really oddly quiet whenever you turn off the music in the game. I guess whenever you first come to the strip, that music, "Ain't That a Kick in the Head," plays by default, because ever since then I've heard nothing, and it's awkwardly quiet, which I guess that's the price we pay for content creation and no copyright strikes. Let's open those, and then go open these as well to get all the magazines. We'll move on with doing something. Last episode, we went to the Ultralux. We did their quest beyond the beef and etc., etc. Mortimer's a cannibal. He got outed by the rest of the White Glove Society because he's a no-good, two-timing, scheming dummy. So I think in order to progress some quests in this game, we're going to go into the Lucky 38 and talk to Mr. House, and then he's going to send us to talk to the Omertas, the White Glove Society, which we already dealt with, the Boomers, which we've already dealt with, the Brotherhood of Steel, which we've already dealt with, and then the Great Khans, which it's going to be a toss-up between the Great Khans or the Omertas, so let's go talk to Mr. House.
Well, howdy, partner. Good to see you again. Boss is waiting for you upstairs, so get a move on.
Thank you, Victor.
I see you brought some...
That's fine.
Come back soon.
Don't really have a choice now, do I, Victor? The gates to the Lucky 38 open. Rowlin and my floating toaster will sit right here like good little NPCs, even though they're phasing into the floor. However, we came up here to steal that and to steal that. The boxing gloves and then the magazine on the wall. Am I going to use the boxing gloves? Absolutely not. Am I going to sell them? Absolutely. I guess I have to talk to Victor.
Where to, partner?
The penthouse. I don't really get a choice. Alright, so we're in the penthouse, we're gonna walk by the scary robots, and let's go chat with Mr. House.
This meeting has been a long time coming, hasn't it? You've come a long ways, literally, and, I suspect, figuratively as well. I have to ask, now that you've reached your destination, what do you make of what you see?
A city devoted to vice and sin, what's not to love?
Oh, come now, don't play the fool. Vegas has fools enough, a superfluity of them. They're what makes it so profitable. They come to Vegas chasing penny-ante dreams of high living, to feel like they're big shots, like they're winners. You see that you and I are of a different stripe, don't you? We don't have to dream that we're important. We are.
I'm trying to remember. If I just come straight off to talk to Mr. House, does he talk to me like this, or does he talk to me like I'm an idiot? Because at this point in the game, like, I've done quite a bit, so it makes sense that he's being a little bit more nice and professional with me, but, like, why the VIP treatment?
Oh, don't be coy. You've been playing a high-stakes game ever since Victor dug you out of the ground. Don't be afraid to admit it.
Let's get down to business, then.
The business is this. One of my employees has stolen an item of extraordinary value from me, and I want it recovered. Simple enough.
What do you propose?
My only concern is the recovery of the platinum chip. What happens to Benny, I leave to your discretion. When you bring the chip to me, I will pay you 4 times the delivery bonus stipulated in your contract. How's that?
Yeah, my barter's garbage, so I'll accept that.
Well enough. Return to me when you have the platinum chip in your possession.
I didn't account for that. I didn't think that he would make me get the chip from Benny before I could do anything else. Let us walk back outside and let's figure it out.
Congratulations, partner. You can bring your friends, too. Just bear in mind. Enjoy.
Alright, so we got the presidential suite, we have access to the cocktail lounge now. We might come back to those later. Let's leave. Oh.
Casino floor.
Casino floor. Alright, let's, I guess we don't have to necessarily get sent to Red Rock Canyon by Mr. House to do the stuff for the Great Khans, so we could probably just go do that. We might have to be sent by him to...
Hey, you there. I have a message for you. It's from Ambassador Crocker. Very important. Here you go.
Okay.
That one must be important around here.
Check that out. He just left the Lucky 38.
Does this happen in the base game?
And he looks good to me, too.
We might have to be sent to the Gomorrah by Mr. House to do the thing at the Gomorrah.
Wow.
I tried that in the last episode whenever I went to the Ultralux instead, and I couldn't really get anything to happen. So, we'll progress that when we get to that, but I think we can just go do the Red Rock Canyon and the Great Khan stuff, so let's just go do the stuff for the Great Khans. I have to tell my companions to follow me again, because they're stuck in the mud. Okie dokie, so the closest thing I have to Red Rock Canyon is the Poseidon gas station, so let's go here. I was answering a text and I spawned into Violet's encampment? And I guess all the dogs respawned? I also have an equipped rest cane because of the, Ultralux quest. Why did the dogs respawn? Equip Paciencia and then go on with our day. So, Red Rock Canyon, I need to set a marker, is to our left, which is east, in terms of the game. West. The complete opposite direction. Fair enough, though. We need to go that way, then hook a Roger and go that way, so... Let's begin the journey. Gecko's over there, we can get some free XP off of. Just some free XP, and then there's a marker, I think right here. This should be Chance's map. And it is. This is Chance's map, and you can't actually take any of the things he used for POI, but there is a comic, I think it's a comic, that basically illustrates... Oh, there's Caesar's Legion raid party. God damn it, dude. I don't want to fight these guys. While I equip a better weapon to fight these guys, Chance's map is lore to what happens right before New Vegas. It's how Benny gets to Good Springs and how you end up dead. Damn, I don't have a lot of good weapons to fight.
The Kaiser has marked you for death.
Yeah, I bet, man. I don't have a gun. It's not letting me pull a gun out. Oh, my toaster and Raul are taking care of the Legion for me. I need the stim pack. There's no way this is Legion's best. There's no way this is Caesar's scariest boys. I also realized that the assault carbine is not the weapon I'd like to use against these guys, but this is the weapon I use whenever I just want things to be simple. Actually, it's not that bad against him. It's terrible against the one that had armor, though, but he's already dead, so we don't have to worry about him. And that's dealt with, okay. The last time you guys wanted to fight me, I had to use a grenade rifle, so I'm glad you guys went down a little bit easier this time. My companions have awoken from that battle, which is, I mean, good. I don't remember there being a Legion raid party here. Granted, I probably would have never came here at a point in the game where I didn't have the Mark of Kaiser and it wasn't safe for me to come, so I guess I would have never ran into the one here. You're fighting geckos, that's fine. The enemies over there are just bighorners. They have bighorners again. Bighorners are not enemies. As long as you don't mess with them, they won't mess with you. But over here is Red Rock Canyon, in case you couldn't tell by, guess what? The Red Rocks. So we're gonna go past this broken building and straight into the camp. Alright, we're in. Where is the marker? There's the marker, thank you. So now that we're in the camp, the place you want to go to get the quest for this faction is up the hill to your right, up to what I think is called the Great Lodge, or the Longhouse. I don't remember what they call this one. The Longhouse. Alright, go inside. Everybody that is relatively important at some point will be in this room. Everybody's taking a nap. Why are y'all sleeping? Alright, there's Carl. We need to talk to Carl at some point, not right now, though. Alright, we're gonna wait a little bit because I didn't realize it was Great Khan nap time. It's 7 a.m. Y'all are just going to bed at 7 a.m.? Let's wait like 3 hours. Or 7 because my game won't cooperate.
Hey, welcome to Red Rock Canyon. Since you've done so much for the Great Khans, Papa Khan told me to let you know you can buy weapons at our armory. You can find it in the basement of the burned-out old building at the mouth of the canyon.
There are 2 NPCs right inside of each other. I'm guessing that's because of what I did at Boulder City?
I'm glad our brothers have returned home from Boulder City.
Okay, thank you for confirming it was Boulder City.
Typical. Even within their highest ranks, the NCR is corrupt.
You guys are just spreading the same line of dialogue between each other. Alright, let's talk to Papa Khan.
You've stood by us when not many would.
Thank you.
So the cub enters the wolf's den. What do you want, cub?
Can you tell me about your people?
You want to hear the story of the great Khans? It's a long one, full of honor, glory, and betrayal. We have suffered, but we will regain our glory.
There's no option to listen to the entire version for some reason. So, give me the short version.
In a hurry, are you? Very well, then. The great Khans came east, out of the NCR 14 years ago. We ruled the wastes then, and called no man master. But we underestimated the families of the Strip, and they drove us back to Bitter Springs, where we remained until the NCR arrived and drove us here.
How did the three families defeat you?
They allied with Mr. House, the self-proclaimed master of New Vegas. He supported them with the resources of New Vegas. Weapons, technology, caps. They were better equipped, and we could not stand against them.
What happened at Bitter Springs? We already know, but sure, let's hear their version.
When the NCR came to the Mojave, we thought they would be easy pickings. We raided their caravans, their towns, their camps. They couldn't stop us. At least that's what we thought. They tracked us to Bitter Springs and surrounded us. When our children, our sick and old, fled through a nearby pass, the NCR gunned them down.
That doesn't sound like something the NCR would order.
Oh, they claimed it was a miscommunication, but tell that to those who saw our families butchered. Tell it to the survivors who were banished here. Typical. No reference for history in the younger generations.
I just let you tell me your story. I mean, sure, who are you?
You march all the way out to Red Rock Canyon, enter my home as bold as you please, and you have no idea who I am? You've got guts, I'll give you that. Well then, let me educate you. I am the chief of the great Khans. The Khan of Khans, if you like. This is my tribe, and these are my people.
Believe it or not, that doesn't tell me as much as he thought it did. Alright, there's no other dialogue. I might have to talk to Regis first. The only issue with having to talk to Regis is I don't know where he's at. Where is Regis? What are you pointing at? Did I make Regis up? Does he actually exist? The hell? Is this restored content? Are you good, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you're fine. Where is Regis? Oh, there he is. Where did you...
Like you, stranger. You've stood by us when not many would.
Where did you come from, and where did you go? Where did you come from, Regicide Joe?
I haven't seen you before. What brings you to the Great Khans?
Hopefully you have a quest for it.
That's a complicated question. They've done horrible things to our people, to be sure, and I've gladly killed many of their soldiers in battle. But I can't bring myself to hate them the way Papa does. Things would damn sure be better for us if they were in charge than Caesar.
Oh, tell me more. So if you were in charge of the tribe, you'd fight with the NCR against Caesar if asked?
I suppose if asked, I would. But that's a moot point, because Papa's in charge now, and he's not going anywhere.
Tell me about Papa Khan.
Papa is one of the best leaders the Khans have ever had. He's kept us together through all of our hardships, ever since we left California. Bitter Springs changed him, though. He started to really hate the NCR after the massacre. And sometimes, I worry that's poisoned his mind.
What did you... I mean, that's pretty straightforward, but tell me.
Nothing. Forget about it. I shouldn't be talking about this with an outsider.
Okay, so now he'll talk to us if we leave.
Until
I don't know where you came from. I don't know how you snuck by me to get in here. Alright, what about Carl?
I've been warned about you. You are perilously close to making an enemy of Caesar, and that is not wise.
Who are you?
My name is Carl. Glorious Caesar has sent me as an emissary to the great Khans as a token of our alliance.
What alliance?
In exchange for great Caesar's promise of all the lands west of New Vegas, the Khans have agreed to fight alongside the Legion when the time comes.
What does the Legion want with the Great Khans? Manpower, but sure.
Though they have been cruelly oppressed by the NCR, the Khans remain great warriors. The Legion is honored to have such allies in battle.
I'm sure that's not just the PR answer because they're within shouting distance.
I am one of the Frumentari. It is my...
Alright, goodbye. Okay, let's talk again to Papa Khan.
Ah,
I've come to ask the Great Khans to break their alliance with Caesar's Legion.
have you now? Well, you're a bold one, I'll give you that. But why should I do this for you?
Caesar is only using you, and he doesn't actually care about the Great Khans.
Doesn't he? Caesar's representative tells a different tale.
Of course he does.
The glory of the Great Khans will be restored, and once the NCR is pushed back to California, all the land from here to the Colorado will be ours.
No, it'll be
I won't
Caesar's.
hear any more talk against Caesar or his alliance. The Great Khans will answer Caesar's call to war, and the NCR will pay for...
Okay, goodbye. Okay, so that is where we need to be to kick off this quest. It took a minute and it was a little messy to get here, but we got there, so now, let's leave.
I heard you try to convince Papa Khan not to join with Caesar's Legion. I'd like to talk to you about that for a moment.
What is it you had in mind?
You want to convince Papa not to ally with Caesar, right? Trust me, you'll get nowhere just talking to him about it. He's fixated on restoring the glory of the Great Khans, and he sees Caesar as the path to that restoration.
So what do I do?
Papa can be a stubborn man, but he's not a tyrant. He listens to his tribe, and to 4 voices in particular: me, Jack, Diane, and Melissa. If you can convince all of us that allying...
Aren't you convinced already?
I have my doubts about Caesar, yes, but I won't publicly go against Papa Khan based on nothing more than doubts. I've heard rumors that tribes who aligned with Caesar in the past were torn apart and reduced to slaves. Prove it, and I'll back you.
Okay, what could convince Jack and Diane?
You'd have to talk to them, but those 2 have been thick as thieves since they were kids. Convince one, and the other will come around.
Okay. What about Melissa?
Ah, Melissa. She's a bit of a dreamer. Last time she was in camp, Carl filled her head with stories of serving the Legion as a speculatore. Personally, I've never seen a woman in Legionnaire's armor, so I have my doubts.
Yeah, they don't really like women. Alright, I'll see what I can do.
Good. Oh, one more thing. Caesar's representative, Carl, has become fast friends with Papa. Carl's the...
Okay.
You'll probably have an easier time of things if you can find a way to get him out of...
How would I do that? I'll keep that in mind.
I would...
Alright, oh my Papa has been added. So, now that this is the way everything is going,
Ranks, the NCR is corrupt.
the simplest way to deal with Carl is to head into his room, and then to close the door so you're hidden, and then open his footlocker, and there's Carl's journal. All you really have to do is just read that. Not even read it, just have it in your inventory and go talk to Papa Khan.
Ah, you're back. What else do you need?
You should look at this, it's Carl's journal, and it's very revealing of his true opinions.
Let me see that. Filthy savages. Probably have to decimate the lot of them? Are these the words of our friend, Caesar?
Great Khans, drive Caesar's dog out of our camp. If he's too slow to flee, kill him.
Hey!
And now everybody hates Carl, and Carl is
Teach you to mess with me.
literally dead. That's the simple way to do it. There's another way to do it if you have high enough speech where you can basically just pester Carl, and eventually he'll have a public outburst saying everything out loud that Papa Khan just read in the book. Both solutions are relatively simple. Finding the journal is the easier of the two. All you really have to have is high speech for the other option. So that deals with Carl. We still have to deal with everything else. And along with what we just did, that also convinced Regis, I suppose, because that objective has been ticked in the box. So next up, let's go talk to Jack and Diane. They are the drug producers for the Great Khans, and they'll be over at their drug lab over there. Shocker. Alright, let's talk to Diane first, because she's the more business-minded of the two, if I remember.
You're not one of my regulars. What do you want?
I've been told you're someone I should ask about to stop the Khans allying with Caesar.
Hey, it's not like I'm super attached to working with Caesar or anything. But if he'll stop his patrols from harassing my runners, I'm all for it.
Caesar isn't going to let you run drugs as an ally any more than that is... Oh my god. Then he supports it now. He hates chems.
I haven't heard anything like that. Do you have any proof?
Not yet, but I'll find some. How would I find that?
Okay.
Let's talk to Jack, then. Let's see if we can appeal to his humanity a little bit more.
Whoa, new guy.
I'm here to ask you to publicly oppose PapaCon's alliance with Caesar.
Huh? Look, man, me and Diane, we don't dig on that politics stuff, savvy? We just make the product and make it get to a good home. Sure, Caesar's a drag, but as long as we've got each other, we don't care who the top dogs roll with.
Reach 60, but you won't have each other. The Legion will kill you and sell Diane into slavery as a prostitute.
Dude, what a total haul. No way that's Kopashishi. Yeah, okay. Me and Diane got your back. No sweat.
Okay. So we'll come back and talk to them again later, but for right now, that is their part of the deal dealt with. The next part is probably going to be the hardest part because we have to go to the Great Khan encampment, which is at the top of Quarry Junction. So before we do this absolute madness, I'm going to make a stop at the Gunrunners. Because guess what? We're going to need it. Alright, and luckily for us, he has an anti-material rifle in his inventory. We'll take that. And he also has a Fat Man in his inventory, which we will also take. Everything else we don't really need. We will have to sell some stuff in return to make some money back. Take that riot shotgun, I don't want it. So now we need to buy all of his ammo for everything we just bought. Take all of that. And then we'll take all of that. Leaving us with 293 caps, but it should be worth it whenever we finish it. Hopefully, that'll be enough. We're over encumbered, though. I didn't anticipate that. By how much? Alright, 6. That's not that bad. Let's just go ahead and take buff out because we're going to need it anyway. And let's fast travel to Sloan and then go to Quarry Junction. Alright, let's... Who read? Who is mad at us? I don't see who's over there. Let's talk to Chomps.
I don't know what it is about you, but I think you could actually pull it off. Deathclaws a tough bastard. Nobody here is...
Alright, he's gonna give us some supplies, which are very much appreciated, and... Off to war we go. I need to equip the weapons, though. Let us start off with the anti-material rifle and try to pick off some people from a distance, excuse my hiccup. And also, since we're at Hell's Gate, essentially, let's hem up. And that should be all we need for the time being. So let's use some stealth to our advantage for the time being. Pick off the Deathclaws from a distance. As many as we can. I can't see what's happening. I think I killed that one. Nope, but it doesn't know where I'm at, so... Alright, now it knows where I'm at. Go ahead and reload before things get insanely crazy. I think my buff out just wore off. Yes, it did. Take it again. Drugs are very fun. Make our way into the camp a little bit now. Make our way... up this, see where this takes us. We've officially discovered Quarry Junction. There's that dude over there. Is that alive? No longer. Another Deathclaw over there. I'm not gonna have a shot on that dude just yet.
Keeping quiet, unless my creaky knees give us away.
Still hidden. I don't have a shot on that dude either. If I can get on top of this, this might be a pretty good spot. Oh, there's a lot of them. Okay, hello. But they also can't really path to me if I'm up here, so I'm not really in a lot of danger as far as I'm aware. Alright, my toaster got knocked unconscious. It might be time just to go to the Fat Man. I have a group of them right below me, so... Raoul is unconscious now. Where did they go? I've gained the abominable perk. I didn't say that word right, but okay, whatever. And if I crouch, I'm hidden again, so maybe that one took care of all the bad boys near me. Alright, let's go up now. Height should be our friend in this situation. There's a red mark over there. 2 red marks, actually. And then there's that. We only have to deal with the mother, which is the big one. And, of course, Raoul shot her! Straight to the fat man. Except now I'm out of ammo. Fantastic. Go back to the anti-material rifle. And 1 shot, she's dead. Great. And then there's a red marker over there, but I'm not sure what that would be. Deathclaw eggs, we might come back for that. Alright, so that's all that dealt with. Now we have to make our way up to the top, and we can go talk to Melissa and her group of cons. There is some loot down there that we might grab on the way out, but for right now, we're just going to go up and do the Papa Con quest. Alright, so the Great Cons are up there. If you're curious, there is a little bit of a back way to make this, air quotes, a little safer. There's a passage through here, but you're going to have to fight other Deathclaw. So, it seems safer at face value, but nah. Alright, Raoul and my toaster are going to go fight more Deathclaw. I'm okay. I'm just going to go up here. So let's talk to Melissa.
That's close enough. What do you want with the Great Khans?
What are you doing up here?
Awaiting a delivery, but it's a no-show. I'm guessing that the Deathclaws and the quarry have something to do with that.
I'll help you with your problem.
Is that right? What's your angle?
No angle, just want to help.
Right. Alright, here's the deal. I was expecting a shipment of chemicals. It's usually in a suitcase dropped off in one of the big machines up here. Because of the Deathclaws, I have to assume the suitcase is still in Sloan. Snoop around the place and get it for me.
Are these chemicals dangerous? Anything I should know?
Don't kill anybody if you don't have to. I'm a scout and I like to keep a low profile.
Okay.
I wouldn't need to...
So, I don't know if I'm going to be allowed to fast travel because technically there are a lot of Deathclaw around me. Alright, surprisingly enough, I could fast travel to Sloan. So, we go upstairs. Here, suitcase. Let's go coyly ask Chomps Lewis about the package. I don't know what just hit me.
You need something?
Looking for a suitcase.
Ah, yes. I think I know which friend you mean. Even if there weren't Deathclaws in the quarry, there'd still be no delivery. The supplier, a guy in Prim named Tyrone, is a cheating son of a bitch who won't deliver even though he's already been paid in advance.
You don't care that you're helping the Great Cons? No, because I think Melissa's actually, like, his daughter.
I'm just a middleman. The Great Cons are a hard group, and some of them are no good. But they're not... I believe in the NCR. She's my daughter.
Yep, figured. Alright, I'll go talk to Tyrone. While I'm here...
You need something?
Deathclaw are good.
Coming from anyone else, I'd say they were drunk or crazy. But that look in your eyes, I believe you. I can pay you, but...
Alright, cool. So, now we have to go to Prim. I didn't get the fast travel point for the Great Con encampment, then how did I just talk to Melissa? What? Alright, whatever, go to Prim. Alright, Tyrone... Wrong tent. I had 2 tents and I picked the wrong one. And you're Tyrone.
Hey, what can Tyrone do for you?
Friend in Sloan told me he'd come to talk to you about supplies.
You trying to get me busted? Keep your damn voice down. Look, I already told Chomps the NCR is getting suspicious of all these misplaced supplies. Bigger risk means bigger cost. 300 caps bigger.
Strength 7. I'm sorry, but all these muscles make it hard to hear sometimes.
Never mind. Take the supplies. All yours, friend.
Of course, that was the option I chose. There were other options. If you specialize in other things, use whichever one you specialize in. No one. Okay, just go back to Melissa, which I don't have, so go back to Quarry Junction and walk up to Melissa. Still dying to know how I went all the way up and talked to Melissa, but it didn't give me the fast travel marker. But, of course, it's just one of the things. Okie dokie, Melissa, let's have a chat.
Huh?
What do you want now?
Got the chems.
You actually came through for us. I didn't expect that. If you ever come out to Red Rock Canyon...
Regis says I should talk to you about speaking against the Great Khan's alliance.
You can ask, but why would I do that? Carl told me all about the life in the Legion. He says I've got all the makings of a speculatory.
Did he also tell you women aren't permitted to serve in the Legion?
What? No, What do you mean aren't allowed to serve? Why would he lie about that?
If the Great Khans join the Legion, you'll be sold as a slave.
That lying little weasel. I almost fell for it too. Alright, you've got a deal. You can tell Papa I won't support an alliance.
Alright, so that's Melissa on side, and I guess worth mentioning at this point, there is an easier solution to the entire quest of convincing Papa Khan. You can just kill him. If you kill Papa Khan, the natural chain of command takes over, Regis is in charge, and once Regis is in charge, he's already against the alliance, so... If you want to super simplify this quest, just kill Papa Khan. The only caveat to that is you can't get caught killing Papa Khan because... I mean, obviously... Everybody's sleeping again. The Great Khans love their naps.
All 4 of my most trusted advisors have told me we should break our alliance. Maybe I should hear you out after all.
I've come to ask the Great Khans to break their alliance with Caesar's Legion.
I've heard some things from my most trusted Khans. It makes me wonder whether this alliance is a good idea after all. But I want to leave a legacy of greatness when I die. My tribe deserves better than this, cowering in a canyon and living on scraps. Tell me then.
Let's be nice about it. You don't need to look outward. Mighty Khan, your tribe is proud and strong. Claim your own glory.
Well spoken, traveler. Well spoken indeed. Perhaps it's time to find our own destiny, unburdened by the past. We'll begin readying the camp to move. As soon as Caesar makes his move, we'll depart. We will make ourselves strong again, and we shall conquer.
Love to hear it, bro. That sounds wise.
If you should ever tire of wandering alone, seek us out. You might just have the makings of a great Khan yourself.
Alright, and that is the quest, Oh My Papa, completed. Not quite enough for a level up, but we are getting there. And like I said, next episode, whenever we come back, we will go talk to Jack and Diane, because they have some fun stuff for us to do over at their little drug lab. But for the time being, that is everything I had planned in this episode. It actually took me a little bit longer to record this one than I anticipated, because I blew myself up a few times fighting the Deathclaw. I'll keep it a buck. But hope you guys have enjoyed. I apologize for missing last week's episode of Fallout Friday. The new Call of Duty dropped and I had to play that campaign and basically beat it night 1 so I wouldn't have to worry about recording it in the future, but that's taken care of now, so we should be back on schedule for the rest of my recordings. But I hope you guys enjoyed one last time. If you did, leave that like and sub down below. I'll talk to you in the next episode. Pizza.